Alright guys, so we've been talking about circles lately. Specifically, we've been talking about the distance it takes to travel complete one rotation around the circle. And we call that the circumference. And if you remember, the formula for the circumference is 2 pi r. R being the radius. And we know that the radius is half of the diameter. The line that goes from one point of the circle to the other point and crosses through the center. So next what we're going to do is we're going to use this formula of the circumference to figure out the area. We're going to do that by determining how much space the circle actually takes up. You're going to need to get a compass and cut the paper into a circle. Once you're at that point, use the compass to find the center of the circle and mark it with a point. Next, what I want you to do is find the radius. We know that the radius is half of the diameter, and the diameter is a line segment that connects one point of the circle to another that crosses through the center. So we're going to find the diameter first. One point through the center to another point. And next, we're going to use another color, pink in this case, and we're going to find the radius, which we know is 1/2 of the diameter. Next, we're going to figure out half of the semicircle we want to have shaded. What I mean by that is you're going to find half of the semicircle from the diameter, and I want you to draw a line around the circle, like so. Next, what I want you to do is fold the circle in half 2 times. So down the middle.
Good job, guys. Time for a dance break.
And then over again. Next, what you're going to do is cut the circle into 4ths along the folds. Our circle cut into 4ths. I want you to take the shapes that we've created and arrange them in a way where the radius is on the outside and half of the circumference is on the top. So we're going to put our radius on the outside and half of the circumference on the top. Now, I want you to think for a minute and visualize a shape that we know that we could possibly know the area formula for that could help us figure out the area of a circle. Well, this is kind of hard to do with this particular shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these shapes even smaller. So take your shapes and fold them in half again and cut them down the middle. Now we're going to arrange the shapes in the same way where the radius will be on the outside and half of the circumference will be on the top. You can see we're kind of getting a shape here, something that we may know, but just to visualize it a little bit further, we're going to cut these shapes in half one more time. So now we're going to arrange the shapes in the Now that we have arranged our shapes, we can see that this shape looks similar to a rectangle. And we know the area of a rectangle. So the area of a rectangle, as we remember, is length times width. So, looking at this shape, we know that our width represents our radius, and our length represents 1/2 of the circumference. Based on that knowledge, we can make the assumption that the area would be the radius times 1/2 of the circumference. We know the area. We know the formula for a circumference. That is 1/2 times 2 pi r. If we simplified this out even further, we would discover that the area of a circle is in fact pi r squared.